What's good, y'all? This is back with another video, you know what I'm saying? Shoot right by the title. This video, I'm going to be giving my personal opinion on... It's a preacher who got killed, you know what I'm saying, during the Civil Rights Movement. He was actually white, you know what I'm saying? Because the first time I ever heard about him, basically, if y'all know who I'm talking about, it was a preacher named Johnathan Daniels, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you know what I'm saying, he was one of the preachers who came from up north, you know what I'm saying, down to Selma, Alabama to help out with the movement, you know what I'm saying. Unfortunately, yeah, he lost his life, but at the same time, like I say, although he is white, but at the same time, hey, to see what he's done, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, of course he lost his life for it, but at the same time, he put his life on the line for us, so I feel like, yeah, definitely, he's worth, you know what I'm saying, being talked about and mentioned, you know what I'm saying, throughout black history, you know what I'm saying, although he's not black, but at the same time, yes, he basically, he fought for us, you know what I'm saying, to make a change, you know what I'm saying. So first time I ever heard about Johnathan Daniels was from the movie Selma, Lord Selma, you know what I'm saying, which at first, you know what I'm saying, watching the movie, because that's also one of my favorite movies, like black history wise, but so basically, yeah, when I seen, you know what I'm saying, the movie, so I'm thinking that's just a fictional character, you know what I'm saying? Because in some movies, you know what I'm saying, it could be based on a true story, but they got to add like fictional characters just to, you know what I'm saying, make it work. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying? I'm guessing like as I got older, you know what I'm saying, and I think I watched it one day, and I was like, well, let me, you know what I'm saying, look him up, and then that's when I looked. I was like, oh wow, so he was actually a real person, you know what I'm saying? So as I did, you know what I'm saying, more research, it was basically how it was predicted in the movie, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, so he really came all the way from New Hampshire, you know what I'm saying, hey, to come down and help in the Civil Rights Movement. I was like, wow, man, like, basically, you know what I'm saying, it was, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Martin Luther King, he, you know what I'm saying, he asked for, like, anybody from up north want to come help, hey, come, man, hey, he's, you know, like I said, without hesitation, he came down here, you know what I'm saying, I was like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just amazing because I thought it was like, say, I was just a fictional character, you know what I'm saying? But no, he was actually a real guy. And unfortunately, like I said, yeah, he lost his life, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, hey, I feel like it was for a good cause, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, although you're not, you know what I'm saying, you're not black, but at the same time, hey, you fought, you know what I'm saying, to get us, you know what I'm saying, rights, you know what I'm saying? And you lost your life, so it's like, I feel like you're definitely worth, you know what I'm saying, me, you know what I'm saying, mentioning you for Black History Month, you know what I'm saying? So basically, like I said, I'm going to be playing a little snippet about him, basically a little small bio about him and then how he died, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to give my opinions afterwards, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if you're interested, definitely keep watching. So without further ado, we going to get into it.
And harassed when attempting to register to vote. Johnathan Daniels, a 25-year-old student
25.
at the Episcopal Theological Seminary in Cambridge, Massachusetts, watched the dramatic television coverage of the violent events in Selma. That evening, Johnathan heard the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. call on the northern clergy to come to Selma and help complete the historic march to Montgomery. Johnathan decided to answer that call. Jonathan's journey from the seminary to the streets of Selma took him from a safe and privileged world and thrust him into a world of violence and danger. Unlike most of the Selma marchers, he remained in Alabama and worked on a number of civil rights projects. On August 20th, 1965,
Unfortunately,
Johnathan Daniels was shot to death by a deputy sheriff outside a small grocery store in Hayneville, Alabama, while attempting to protect Ruby Sales, a 17-year-old SNCC worker. Why did Johnathan place his life in jeopardy? Why did he choose to play a fateful part in the most significant domestic drama of his times? Why did Johnathan in his sermons, writings, and life embrace the words of the prophet Isaiah? Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" Then said I, "Here am I, send me."
Well, when we got to the store, I was in front, John was behind, John, Joyce, and Father Marsrow, they were behind me. And when we got to the door, I think I had walked up about 1 or 2 steps. This guy was standing in the door with a shotgun. And he told us that he said the store is closed. And he said, if you don't get off of this goddamn property, I'm going to blow your damn brains out. Next thing I knew, someone had pulled me from behind, and I heard a shotgun blast. And I looked, I saw John falling. I saw John fall.
Johnathan's journey to the South was over.
Yep.
Now, black activists and Alabamians would journey north to honor their friend and ally.
All the people in Snake felt that they had to go to the funeral for Johnathan. Well, the people from Lowndes County really insisted that we go because they didn't want to send this dead body back without it being accompanied, so that the people at least whom sent us this live body would know that we the living still cared very much for the dead. It could be their son, but a mother's son who had died thousands of miles away from his mother's house and died on their battlefield.
Alright. Respect it.
And when I got there, we looked in the casket. John was lying there so peaceful. Seemed like he had the same smile on his face he had all the time. It looked like he was just at peace.
There you have it on that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, definitely, salute to him. Hey, rest in peace, Johnathan Daniels. Like I say, man, the fact that, like I say, you're not even black and you still, like, you came all the way from up north, you know what I'm saying, to come help out in the civil rights movement, it's like, yeah, like, that definitely, yeah, you worthy of being mentioned, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know what I'm saying, when I first heard about him, you know what I'm saying, it was in the movie Summer Lord Summer, but, you know, like I say, at the beginning of it, I thought it was a fictional character, you know what I'm saying, just to make, you know what I'm saying, the whole, you know what I'm saying, movie work, you know what I'm saying, but as I got older, I actually researched him, I was like, wow, I said, that was really, like a real person, I was like, wow, so then, of course, you know what I'm saying, I did my research on this, like, yeah, basically everything, I ain't gonna say everything in the movie depicted, but, you know what I'm saying, it definitely, like, matches up to what actually happened in real life, you know what I'm saying. Except in the movie, basically, yeah, they just made it seem like, oh, a cop was following him and then he shot him. Basically, he was by himself, but no. As in the documentary, it says, like, no, like, no. He was with, you know what I'm saying, others, basically, he was, you know what I'm saying, being active, you know what I'm saying, in the civil rights movement. Then, of course, got one of, you know what I'm saying, one of those hard racists, you know what I'm saying, that came out and, you know what I'm saying, me personally, looking at the story, I think the racist was basically, he was trying to kill a black person, but then, you know, I mean, I think as Ruby said, like, yeah, like, once, you know what I'm saying, they pulled her out the way, okay, he was left right there, so he, like I said, it's so unfortunate, but at the same time, it's like, hey, it's definitely, I respect him for that, you know what I'm saying, he died for us, you know what I'm saying, so, hey, that's, man, I'm pretty sure there's others, you know what I'm saying, that was, you know what I'm saying, well, not black, but they, you know what I'm saying, they was in the movement and then they got killed also, but, you know what I'm saying, definitely, like I say, I've been hearing about him, but, you know what I'm saying, I thought it was a fictional character, but then, looking at it, it's like, nah, he was a real life, like, person, so I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying, so, I think he knew Jimmy Lee Jackson also. Well, it was depicted in the movie, but, like, I think they knew each other, but it wasn't, like, buddy, but, you know what I'm saying, they just worked together just to, you know, hey, get out right, you know what I'm saying, so, hey, definitely, hey, salute to him, and rest in peace, Johnathan Daniels, you know what I'm saying, because, like I said, hey, you put your life on the line for us, you know what I'm saying, so, hey, it's definitely ain't in vain, you feel me, I mean that, you know what I'm saying, but, like I said, yeah, that was my whole thoughts and opinions on that, you know what I'm saying, so, like I say, like, comment, subscribe, also share my videos, whatever you want to do, whatever you can do, I'm down with it regardless, you feel me, so, till my next video, y'all already know what it is, I'll see y'all in a minute.